police activity. So sometimes we still have to continue to be introspective in all of this noise, because we can get distracted by the noise.
You teaching, brother, bro.
We can get distracted by the noise, but that's not really going to solve what's happening on the block every night.
And that's why to listen to the minister's language. He said, justice or else is a war on two fronts. See, yeah, at the same time, we got to send a hashtag Black Lives Matter to the White House. We also got to send a hashtag Black Lives Matter to the trap house.
That's right.
And while we got to clash with and go to war with white supremacy, we also got to wage war on negativity.
Real talk.
Negative, negative is a special type of negative only black people know how to do to one another.
That's right. The super ignorant. So
when the math is done, every 3 years you have 2,000 to 3,000 brothers killed by police officers or correctional officers. But in that same 3-year cycle, 25,000 brothers are killed by their other brothers. So we got to fight the war on both fronts. And that's why when you listen to the close of the gathering on 10/10/15, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, he gave marching orders. That's why he never called it a march. Every time people tried to call it a march, he was always saying, no, gathering.
That's right. That's right.
Because it's the subconscious message you get when you think that this is the march. A march is mean I start in one city, land in another city, or start on this day, and on that day when I get there, I have march.
Or this block to that block.
Yeah, so when you think that marching, if this was called a march, we would have thought subconsciously that we actually crossed the finish line on 10/10/15. But 10/10/15 was important. But 10/11 and beyond is critical.
And that's why we're here today. You are listening to a conversation, myself, Ebro in the morning, and the brother Nuri Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
Minister. And so now, the next steps after justice or else, and as we move into the future, are there larger conversations happening with other leaders that we just don't see, other than Minister Farrakhan? Is Harry Belafonte, is that a conversation? He's always been very active. Are they talking to each other? Are other thought leaders, whether they're educators, Ta-Nehisi Coates and these individuals that are leading the thought towards what the next stage is going to be of not just Black American, but just people, Black and brown people who live predominantly in the lower class in America? What are the next steps?
Well, of course, the minister has always been bigger than religion. He's always been bigger than labels and titles. He's about truth, wherever it comes from. So he's been summoning the great minds of our people for months now, organizing to figure out what will be the next